Hello and welcome to another episode of the TnN show. Chris again is here. He's a mainstay of the show. You know, he's going to be giving a lot of analysis. I think today is going to be a very special day for Chris because of the topics that we've got. And why are you laughing, Chris?
Nothing.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be one of your happiest episodes. So we do look at a lot of topics in the football world. So guys, if you just want to maybe get a preview before we even do the shows, remember we get all these topics from tknews.co.zw. That's our website where we do a lot of sports stuff. So you can actually get a lot of information from there before you analyze it as well. So the big talking point of this past weekend, what really happened in the world of football, Chris? I don't remember. Can you give us a hint? What was the biggest thing to happen this weekend? Chris is just he's trying to act as if he doesn't remember, but let me remind you guys. It was the Champions League final.
It was a CAF Champions League final, you know.
What was the result, by the way? I think I didn't watch the match. What was the result?
That was a very good win, you know, 3-0 win to Ahly. I know you're gonna give me the platform, right?
Yeah.
But,
Chris is a Kaizer Chiefs fan. We have to give you 5 minutes to just talk about it.
But I'm going to give the panel to myself.
Yeah.
And just start from the from the first whistle, you know.
Okay.
I have to say it was a good, you know, showing from Kaizer Chiefs. The first 15, I mean, everyone I think who saw that can clearly, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I thought you were going to say for the first 90 minutes, then I was going to be like, Chris, are you crazy? But yeah, I do agree. They started well.
First 15 minutes, you know, Mashani, Ngobo and Nukovic, you know, getting a feel of the ball, you know, in the attacking third. A bit of lax, you know, there and there, of course, which is why they didn't manage to, you know, to bury their chances. Okay, no, to bury whatever spell or whatever, you know, momentum that they tried to build. But from the 20th minute till the 90,
yes,
it was a no-show from Amakos. It was more like, okay, Peter, we respect you. You are the best coach in town. Here's the league. Sorry, here's the Champions League. You can go on, you know, celebrate. Fufu Motebe's dreams of you winning with Ahly, you winning with Sundowns.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's a thing, Chris.
Mashiane for me, 3 out of 10. Okay, actually, because of the red card, a very, very solid 0 out of 10.
Yeah, because
right?
I think it's a stupid red card.
Because I wanna lie,
it's a stupid one.
He is so late, extremely late. There is no way he was gonna get to that ball. There is no way. 1, a stupid challenge. 2, you late. 3, we're literally 7 minutes away from halftime.
He didn't need to make the challenge.
7 minutes away from halftime. I'm telling you the truth right now.
Yeah.
With the shaky first half, okay, with the first good 15 minutes that we had, but then the remainder of the half getting shaky, you can't lose your head. You can't, right? You need to stay in the game. You need to know that chances are gonna come. Ahly hadn't scored. They hadn't created anything. All the four shots towards goal in their first half, all of them were off target because it was close there. That 4-2 block had that central place closed. So the easiest thing that they had to do was take on shots. But at pace, you know, Spirits had the balls flying over the goal, right? But then
you call them Spirits.
But then second half, right?
Yeah.
We come in because Mashane is now off the pitch. The defensive work towards Ngobo and Parker obviously, you know, has to increase a bit. Further that, when we now need to press, let's say, an Ahly player, Parker is now getting drawn into play, Blom gets drawn into play. On the left-hand side of Ahly, they had joy. The ball was just coming there. Batlele is now caught between a 2v1. Can he mark this player who can cut inside, hit a shot, or should he follow the left back who was bombing up and down the pitch the whole 90 minutes? that's when everything just started to crumble. That's when everything just started to crumble for me. The tactics from the get-go were spot on for me. Like I want to be very honest.
I was about to ask you
maybe
about the tactics.
maybe personal, maybe a Mashani in for Kama Billet, you know, because this is just genuinely my belief, Tinashe, and I'll always say this.
Yeah.
The first time I ever played the best game of my life was when either a senior was not there or a senior was injured. Because when you come in and you're supposed to surpass your senior and you're really starting, it's not every young talent who has the ability to outclass someone who's on the bench, yet they're already playing. Some youngsters prefer to, okay, you come out, then I come in, and then make sure that I just try and maintain. You know, I just try and maintain. That type of thing. But the pressure hit that lad.
Oh, Mashian.
It hit him from top to bottom. Could not secure a pass. Could not make a pass. Could not dribble past the player. Parker for me, 3 out of 10, because first 15 minutes he's getting the ball, he's doing the simple thing, he's moving the ball. If every single time that Parker did get the ball and all they concentrated on was just, you know, maybe just playing it a bit, because we were in formation. But after that, you know, when you start pressing a lot, but they're still bypassing, that drop back to cover the 45, when you drop back, you think it's about to take a shot and they just recycle. Then they go side to side, they wear you out, they open your lines vertically, and
horizontally.
What's the opposite of they open your lines horizontally and also vertically. Then that means you're gonna be wear out, and by the time the game reached 70, Kaizer Chiefs in the tank, nothing is done. And also, I'm not really one to give an excuse, but we also consider the conditions. Ahly knew, obviously, for Kaizer Chiefs to get the ball, they're going to need to press us. Is there pressing? It's hot. Let's just give them a run around.
And it's summer in that desert region, just imagine.
Let's just give them a run around. You can't press a team for 90 minutes. It's not possible, right? So, the fact that they couldn't press for 90 minutes, when they sit, the ball is being passed around. But could they really just stay there and watch them play? They had to press and go get the ball. But a 10-man press against 15 men on Ahly. Yeah, because I'm not lie. If I then consider how even Dieng, that CDM, came into the game for Ahly, that was 2 players in one. That was 2 players, because I remember there's a time when Billet were trying to press the guy, right? He literally just holds the 2 of them off and releases the ball. Simple like that. But now my question is, does Katande not have the strength? Is he not one of our hardest working midfielders?
Yeah, he is.
I don't know, but yeah, it was a very poor performance. I'll start from the top. Nukovic probably a 5 out of 10. You know, nothing that came to his chest was really sticking. You know, when he did get the ball to his chest, he's trying to dribble, and you know he's a big lad and everything. We don't really expect that from him. You know, all he's also supposed to do, just get the ball down on your chest. If there's no real option in the final third, just reset the ball into the middle third, midfield, or literally just go back to your left back or right. Okay, no, not right back. But I mean, you can switch the ball from the side to the side. Yeah. But you know, and even for me, the awareness of not knowing, if you're playing with a Nukovic, what's your best bet? Do you sit deep, hit the ball long, or you all go to one side, hit the ball long there so that you can win the second ball? Because in the air, Nukovic was winning everything, but most of the times he's flinging on the ball
to an Ahly player.
Yeah. Sometimes he's just down the ball. 3 players of Ahly already around him. If he loses the ball there, because Kaizer Chiefs are sitting deep, right? Because of how naive they were and everything. By the time that you want to press Ahly, you're opening lines in between, right? Okay, Nukovic 5, Martian is 0.
That's
0
so
out of 10.
That's
No,
so harsh. He's a young kid.
It doesn't matter.
maybe it's gonna learn from this experience. That's what
Yes.
when call, these are the experiences.
Yes, and he will watch the show and he will see me say 0. And if
I think maybe 3.
I would tell you,
Yeah.
in football,
Yes.
I used to have a coach in Zim, Marvin Moyo.
Yeah.
Right? Marvin Moyo had no second chances with you. It's either you get the job done or you're out.
I understand.
And for Mashani, inexperience, late tackles, zero traps coming. Oh, no, not 0.
You're just being harsh on the kid, Chris. You have to encourage him
Right.
to do better.
But I'll say one thing. Well done to to Mobo and Mashani for taking the courage. I remember there's a teammate I once played with where you tell them to start and they really say, "Nah, I want to come off the bench and stuff." So for a young player to be given the nod like that, by one of the biggest coaches, Stuart Baxter, and be able to take on the chance, we can applaud, but for the facts and for what football stands for, right? Mashani's performance was dismal.
I agree. I do agree.
Poor.
Yes, I agree, Chris.
Below standard.
So maybe a 3 out of 10.
So you call below standard a 3 out of 10? 0. 0.
Chris is just being harsh. Okay, go on.
Yeah. Then so Mashani really his whole game was just a flop, honestly speaking. Come the new season, big mentality now. Hit the gym, do the sprints, hit the jog, and just get stronger. They've played against Ahly now. They know what they are about. They know the heat now.
Yeah, right.
They know what the CAF Champions League now stands for. So if they played at that level, now come the season, all they just need to do is fight so that they can get their placement in the Champions League the following season, since they can't participate in the season since they finished
8th. Yeah, your club are dismal. Yeah, they're dismal. Everything about them. But I don't know. I hope you enjoyed watching the class act, because it was like an art lesson from our Ahly.
I actually haven't finished. Then we're going to Parker. Parker 4, because he did show a bit of maturity, and also for me it was just generally the hard work. In as much as that okay, the team was down, I saw him chasing a couple balls up and down the pitch. In as much as he was sometimes he was losing his discipline and pressing a four-man Ahly.
Yeah, and it's what, 34, 35?
In their structure. I mean, you can't do that. So people who can pass the ball like that, you just need to hold your shape, stay compact, keep your lines, vertically and horizontally nice and tight, watertight, and just make sure that you don't concede anything. But now when you're not forced to press, a bit, and you don't really have the legs to be pressing, it kind of took a toll. Didn't really make any key passes for me. A lot of the times when I did expect him to switch the ball and everything to where the overload was, he wanted to dribble through, like what many South African players, try to do, a lot of the times. I think the only team that I haven't seen who play the ball with intent are Mamelodi Sundowns, honestly speaking.
Yeah,
but,
I think they had a great teacher.
But some of these other clubs, it's needless dribbling, needless passing, you're spending 4, 5, 10 touches on the ball, not really going anywhere. And the Kasi flavor is, the way that they play the football. But when you then go to teams like Ahly, where they care about the tournament and winning the tournament and not really the personal, game that they have, then there's going to be a huge difference.
So in other words, you're just telling me these South African players suck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, fine.
I'll give credit, to a few.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, someone like Shalolile, he's there for the job, he's there to finish, right? Because then I'll take you back. Orlando Pirates against Kaizer Chiefs, Rakale gets the ball on the wing. In as much as there are
2-0 up, I think it was 2-0.
2-0 up, right? And it's probably like 75 minutes. he starts to dribble.
No, but Rakele was just a poor player, bro.
All those
I
things.
think you give him 5 stars on FIFA, but then everything else is not really good at.
Right? He's not doing skills on the ball and everything. I'll tell you the truth. Remember when Ronaldo used to dribble a lot in that Arsenal game? Who kicked him again?
I don't know who kicked him, but
At the corner flag.
Yeah.
I've never seen Ronaldo dribble needlessly like that. It's because a lot of the times, you know, they just allow it, you know, and I hate that type of football.
South African players dribble needlessly.
Needlessly.
Right.
You know, even sometimes when I see like those games are in the castle, you know, honestly speaking, for the love of Disky, for the love of castle flavor, probably that's the stage where it should. But now when we come to professional football, right, we need results. We need some determination within the players to show whether they really want to be in the club or not. So yeah, then
Chris, the next Jose Mourinho, doesn't allow players to even dribble. I'm just joking.
then we move on to Blom.
Yeah, I thought Blom was very poor.
3 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, he was very poor.
1, it was a positional discipline. Not knowing when to press, not knowing where the danger signs were really gonna come from. I mean, for a good 10-20 minutes, you could see that Mpahlele was being overran on the wing.
It's true.
Instead of you being the second centre mid, the second number 8, you know, to cover that wing position, so that, because in that position, if Mpahlele now goes nice and tight on the wing back, right, then obviously Blom now concentrates. Sorry, on the winger, then Blom now concentrates on the wing back, or vice versa. They can easily neutralize. But if we look at a lot of times, even that goal,
I think 2 of their goals.
all 2 goals
Yeah.
came from a central position, and in all those 2 goals, Mpahlele and Blom were nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, Malu was
No way.
doing them
No
really
way.
good. Yeah.
Malu there on the left back, but yeah. Then Katsandi, probably an easy 4. Poor communication, really. You know, some of the times I'll notice that he's facing play. He can see that we're in the structure, but a lot of the times when, I don't know, is it a thing that they can't hear each other? But
They can, surely they
but
can. Chris.
but if we could hear them so loudly through the
Yeah.
mics, then on the pitch, I mean,
Surely they
there were no fans there, so that means you can definitely hear yourselves. Because if we could hear what the coaches are saying, right, or sometimes even I think I could even hear the ref sometimes. You know, when you get that yellow card, I could hear. You know, we always ask, you know, when are they going to introduce that thing where we really want to see. But yeah, then really for someone who was playing CDM, no.
I like it when you're emotional.
He didn't control it. He didn't control it at all.
But why did he have the ability to control it?
But Sinati, the thing is, when we face a West Brom, are we gonna say Livermore did not control the midfield because he didn't have the ability? You expected to control. So when we ask you if you didn't control, it's a yes or no question. It's not a do you have the quality or do you not.
All right.
Yeah, it's a yes or no question. So Katsande did not control the midfield, and hence he failed.
All right.
Let's be very honest. If you play CDM, the only reason why Kevin Phillips and Rice had so much credit during the Euros was because of how well they managed to control the midfield. In as much as it was not the dynamic controlling of the midfield, right? It was sufficient enough for England to be where they are right now.
No, I agree with you, Chris,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. You look at the teams that England were playing against. The CDMs failed to control the midfield because Phillips and Rice were controlling it. Was it because those CDMs had a lack of quality, or maybe Kazan is just not good enough for the stage? I'm not trying to be harsh.
Yeah, no,
but
facts,
maybe that was it. Maybe
Sorry.
he got phased by the occasion. I don't know.
Probably, yeah. But I was.
I understand your disappointment as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, but yeah, go on, Frosler.
Frosler 5.56 because his average kind of dropped for me because in as much as he knew that okay, I have Parker, in the squad and everything. If I do pop up on the wing, if I do put a ball in the box, Nukovic and everything. But we need to realize that my team is failing to put the ball high up the pitch, right? Him bombing up and down the pitch just killed the team, right? He was not conservative in the way he was going up and down the pitch. It was a bit lax for me, thinking that he could overlap like the whole time. Because even if I noticed that goal, that was scored by the first one.
Yeah, by the strike. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Sheriff. Yeah, Sheriff. Where that winger, the channel he runs into, if Frosler is close enough, yeah. I'm not necessarily saying he's not gonna score, but in football, all we ever say is just make it a bit more.
Yeah, make it difficult.
Make the player work a bit harder.
Yeah.
Right? Then we always complain, whenever we play FIFA. Akpe, there is no way a player from that position can blast in the ball. The only way you can score from there is either around you or a delicate finish. Stay high and tight on your feet till the player hits the ball. You get there, you're already facing the other way. You're facing the other side. For me, when I see that run, then I see Mato, right? He's running towards the goal. I was like, perfect, he's gonna close. But then there's a moment he just stops. Why are you stopping?
I don't know, maybe he was trying to offside trap.
No. As soon as you see that there's a ball in behind, Cardozo is beaten there. There's no way because
You can't recover, yeah.
Because if it's, let's say, high up the pitch, all that player has to do is just take a touch onto his inside. Cardozo is behind, he's on the inside, right?
You're right.
Mato, as soon as you see that Cardozo has been beaten for pace and the keeper has come out, you are running straight onto the goal line. Because I wish we could see footage or something. And I'll show you. He just decelerates for maybe 2 seconds. Then by the time that he says, it's because his assumption is Akpe is already close.
Covered. Yeah, he's
already covered. But you don't assume those type of things. All you ever do as a defender. Let's take a very good example. There are times when West Brom will lose let's say 5-3, right? To let's say a City. Okay. In as much as they do concede, some of the clearances or some of the defending I see, if they don't defend with their hearts like that, they're losing 10-3. Right?
Yeah.
So it's that determination for me. That's not there. Even if you remember, Pedro against Brazil. David Luiz.
Yeah, I remember
As soon as he saw that his backline was beaten, he did not even concentrate on Pedro. He went straight to the line.
That was
straight
one
to
of
the
the
line.
best goal and
Yes,
fairness of
then
it.
even
Yeah.
Boateng. Neuer comes off for a cross. Boateng says, my keeper is out. It's not one-on-one against the striker. The next opportunity. Bonucci. The Euros. That outside. Was it Bonucci? No, it wasn't.
I think it was Florenzi. In
Florenzi.
2016, yeah, that was Germany,
Florenzi,
yeah.
right, against Germany. You notice that, okay, the ball has got up. It's a corner kick. My goalie, there's no way he can see everything from the left and everything from the right. I will assume he will cover centrally and everything, but for this post, I'll cover. The ball is hit nice and crisp. He throws on the leg, he defends. It's those type of things, but I mean, I'm out of breath. I've always supported Chiefs from a very young age. When you said Tau, Kune was still at his prime. We still had Musona was still part of our ranks. And everything.
But you're not that good anymore.
This performance was a no-no for me. It's a 0. My best bet is I hope that tactical discipline that they did manage to show for the first 15 minutes when everyone comes in, when Billiard, because I want to be very honest, that game, Ngobo and Mashani, if we have a Billiard and Wanyama, in as much as they don't have too much pace, I'm sure we could have just created something because let's be honest, I didn't see how Ahly used pace at any point. There was. This place looked too fit for me, hey.
And they've got a great trainer.
But I mean, if you hold on to the ball for a good 70 minutes,
then you don't run yourself into the ground.
How can you be tired?
Then you can put in players like TnN in the second half.
He didn't even sweat. Let's be honest.
He didn't even break a sweat.
Not even. So yeah. But I'll just finish off. On a high note, well done to Ahly, and Patrice Motsepe. I think we need to definitely give him the accolades. He deserves everything.
Why does Patrice Motsepe deserve accolades?
Because, sorry,
Pizzo.
Well done to Pizzo Motsepe.
He's the best coach in Africa.
Pardon me for that. Well done to one of the best coaches in Africa. Pizzo. I think on the global stage, he's really doing good for Africa. He's really doing well, and I think European sides, we're just having.
I think he should go to the Premier League now.
Yeah, he can definitely fit. Probably, I would say, somewhere around the top leagues.
Yes.
To get a feel.
Exactly.
The Premier League is hot.
All right.
First season in.
Maybe he goes to the Bundesliga.
First season in, because if I can be honest, when he now faces a Pep or any of those guys, if you're gonna be a top coach, right? Whenever you face, let's say, a Mourinho, he's he's a special one. He's a loud mouth. He talks a lot and everything. You just want to, just beat him a bit.
Yeah.
So that, So I think that experience for me, he needs to feel 1 or 2 losses at a lower level, right? Then he will grow. How old is he now?
I don't know. I think he's in his 50s or late 40s.
Yeah. So,
but one thing I can say about Pizzo, Chris, I think what I like about him, why I think he can fit in top leagues is he's got the personality. He's got that edge. He also talks a lot. He's a bit like Mourinho. You talk a lot of shit in the press. You remember when he came here, then they beat Sundowns and he was talking a lot of shit about the Sundowns owners and everything.
Yeah.
How they were planning all these protests against him. He also talks a lot of shit. I think that's why I like him a lot in the top leagues, because he's got that personality. You bring a lot of... Yeah. So you're done venting about Chiefs now.
But one thing I will say is, he won't fail.
Yeah, he won't fail. He's good enough.
He won't fail. Nah,
he's good enough.
He's good enough.
Listen, European teams, take a bet on this guy, Pizzo. He's one of the very best in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
I rarely say this about African coaches, but he is the one from Africa. I think he's the best one we've created in a long time. All right.
So
I wanted to ask you about the striker, the first goal, because you were complaining about the first goal. I just really like the movement and the quality of that goal.
Yeah.
My problem, Chris, I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh, but I don't see strikers like that, near that level in the ABSA Premiership, in the DStv Premier League, what it's called. I don't see any strikers near that level. Maybe Shalulile, but all the other ones, I don't see them with that type of quality.
Yeah.
What can be done to improve, the DStv Premiership? Because on another level, this was just showing us that, the difference in quality between those guys playing in Egypt and the guys playing in the DStv Premiership.
I think in South Africa,
yes,
the culture is, I just need to settle. Wherever my talent will get me, get that amount settled, and I'm done. In Europe, it's not about you settling. It's about, can I be the one on the center stage, right? Can I be the one who's in the mix of, I have everything, I have the most assists, I have the most goals, and everything, because for Ronaldo and Messi to perform at the level that they performed for this past decade, you need to have a certain level of determination, right? Even if let's say, honestly speaking, even if you look at a good team like Sundowns, some of the injuries that they even have. I want to be very honest. Even sometimes Andy Lejali will go for, when it's off season, he'll come back the weight gain.
Oh yeah. A bit like Willian and Hazard.
Yeah, you know, like Willian and Hazard, you know. It's that type of show where I'm just like, okay, so are you really concerned about what's happening here on the football pitch, or are your goals, someone else? That type of thing. The determination is not cross-sectional within the squads. The coach might have high ambitions, but probably the players that are employed are not really, doing the job, to that level. And I think I could say other things, but I'll put it down to determination.
Right.
They get the comfort of, oh, I'm getting my money now, I'm playing for a top team, I'm coming out on TV. Then for you, that's that. But for Ronaldo, it's even those matches when he does lose, can he contribute maybe 2 goals? Because he knows that on another day, my effort for 2 goals was going to help the team, but for today, I now need to focus on my personal growth.
Yeah.
That type of thing, So, but now, I notice a lot of the times, a Premier League team, the reason why those games always end in draws is because they get one, let's say 5 minutes, and they actually score early. And if you have a betway slip, you're going to be thinking, oh, today I put that 3.5, I'm getting my goal.
Yeah, there's a lack of goals.
They score 1 in 10.
Premiership.
They score 1 in 10. Before I go too far, I want to be very honest. If I see Leeds score 1 in 10 minutes, I know that game is going to be very high scoring, because the other team is like, no, we can't sit back. If Leeds can score in 10, we can score in the next 2. And also defend better, then score again in the next 5. And then we rack up the goals for the squad, for my personal growth as well. But in SA, they score 1 in 10. Pass the ball needlessly.
And do those needless skills.
Come the second half, the other team gets a spell, they score, they also get comfortable, but they're like, okay, this is better than a loss.
Yeah.
Then they settle there.
So yeah, maybe there's a lot to improve within the DStv Premiership's sporting culture. That's what I would say. So I think we need to wrap this up. Pete Thomas Man's team, I think they're gonna win the league again. Do you think they're gonna win the Champions League next season? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, yes. That's going to be 3 in a row for Pizza, alright? Okay, now let's look at your team a little bit better. There are rumors you guys have signed Keegan Dolly, Bongani Zungu. Of course, you guys had a year where you couldn't even buy players. Maybe that showed on Saturday that you hadn't bought players in a very, very long time. Your squad looks old. You've got some players there who still playing for Kaizer Chiefs, who I don't think could even fit at a golden arrows, like Matogo. I don't think he still deserves to be a top player. What I'm gonna give you a chance to just predict the future for Chiefs. What do you think is gonna happen next season? You've got Stuart Baxter, then maybe a lot of more money because you didn't spend it over the last year.
I think it might be a better campaign, top 4 probably.
Do you fancy yourself to challenge Sundowns? Because Pirates also have the expectations to try and challenge.
I do, but one thing I'll then put it down to is those mistakes from our Ahly. I want to be very honest. If those tactics and that discipline changes from that our Ahly game into the season, they can perform at any level. They perform at any level, because sometimes, when the game ends, we'll be like, but they started well. How did they? That how?
You want to remove that how?
If in training they can fix that how, they're done. They're done for me.
All right.
Yeah.
So give me your top 4 DStv Premiership next season in order.
Sundowns.
Yes.
Chiefs.
Yes. Chiefs second. Wow.
Pirates.
Big improvement, guys.
Then Swallows.
All right.
Yeah.
So Amazulu can do it again.
I do not know why.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was an injection of, courage, determination by Benny McCarthy. But do they have the quality to keep it up?
Yeah.
That's my only question. Stevie was their star show, but he's only 28. He's 28, and you know, for some reason, you know, when a player passes, you know, a certain age, usually in the British Premiership, in as much as they are good in everything that they do, we can look at Mabena from Celtic.
Yeah.
He has moments of class, but it's not class personified from the first minute.
It's just so inconsistent.
It's very inconsistent. So can Benny McCarthy, keep Mulenga, keep Stebe, you know, all those players who had a very good run, and also Jeremy Motwa, you know, the goalkeeper, you know, he just recently won the Kosovo Cup.
Congratulations, by the way.
To him with the Kosovo squad. So can they maintain that gel so that they can keep going? But one thing that I do know is Sundowns are gonna be too hot.
All right. Since
yeah.
you've given your predictions, we're gonna look at them in May. Let me correct you whilst you still have a chance to correct you. I think Sundowns, yes, definitely. They're still tops. But I'll put my Pirates in second.
Okay.
I don't think we can be worse than Chiefs. Yeah.
All right.
Then Supersport in third. Then maybe Kaizer Chiefs in fourth.
Supersport in third?
Yeah.
No.
I think they're gonna be consistent.
Never. Supersport.
Yeah.
Supersport either 6 or 7.
Oh, that's why
I know them.
they're gonna shock you this time. My man Caetano is gonna shock you.
KT.
Yeah, KT. I'm telling you.
We're from Zimbabwe. We have seen that football.
Okay, yeah, no, Supersport don't play nice football, but I think they're gonna get a lot more results this year. What's the guy's name? The top goal scorer. He's gonna score a lot more goals. Grobler. Bradley Grobler. He's gonna be top goal scorer once again, and you know, he's gonna put them third.
Yeah.
Then you guys maybe come fourth.
Maybe, but
yeah, maybe. So yeah, we hope for the best in quotes for Chiefs. Yeah, whatever happens. We're moving on now.
Thank you for watching TK Sport. For more awesome content from this channel, please subscribe. And also engage with us on our social media platforms down in the description below.